Dear Kir, Emmanuel, and thank you for co-hosting today's meeting. Dear friends, leaders, I'm happy that we have today's conversation. About an hour ago, we had conversation with the United States team about possible security guarantees for Ukraine. And we are working on a framework document, and it must be strong enough to truly work. We believe this document should be approved by the United States Congress. This would mean real, solid, legally binding security guarantees for our country, and they must actually be implemented. Of course, a working model of security guarantees is impossible, and we underlined it, impossible without Europe and all members of our coalition of the willing, from Canada to Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. Thank you all. Everyone's contribution matters, and I believe most of you already know what is needed and how this can work. And now we need to coordinate everything so that the Americans are fully on board in every process. Yesterday we also talked with American team about an economic agreement and what U.S. involvement could look like in Ukraine's recovery and post-war development. And also yesterday we sent the American team a revised version of the framework document we worked on. It includes 20 key points. These can be the foundation for everything, and I'm waiting for feedback from America. It's very important that I thank Mark Rutte and every leader who keeps emphasizing this, that you personally, along with your defense ministers and military leadership, continue working together through the Pearl program. And this program needs to be actively filled with content and concrete actions. And thank you to everyone who is helping us keep the front line stable, strengthen our air defense, and maintain our overall resilience, especially now as Russian strikes on our energy infrastructure continue each day. And I urge everyone to move forward as quickly as possible on the issue of using frozen Russian assets. I'm grateful for the leadership of the EU, of Ursula von der Leyen, Antonio Costa, and everyone who is helping. And this is truly necessary, and it will make a significant contribution to our security, our shared security. And one more point, we are ready to work with President Trump in any format. And if President Trump is speaking more about elections in Ukraine, I want to say this very openly. We can try to hold elections. Ukraine is not hiding from democracy, but to make elections possible, there must be a security component, and America can help with this the most. If there is a need for elections now, there must be a ceasefire at least during election process and during voting, and this is something that must be discussed. And honestly, we think here in Ukraine that America should speak to the Russian side about this. Let's see what's next. And so I ask you to support Ukraine in this and other important matters. Thank you again, Kir.